Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because we want the best, and you are it. So, who's ready to make some science? Now, we already met one another in the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own this place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn? She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas, she's married. To science. There's 1,000 tests performed here every day in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions that you might have, and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your scientific adventure. Your test assignments will vary, depending on the manner in which you bend the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today will just need to follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, well, I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. The good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts. They say that science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here, not at Aperture. We do all of our science from scratch. No hand-holding. All right, let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of our control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. uh, all joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic. But informative. Or so I'm told. The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control room. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. But that gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here. I get to talk about the control group all damn day. Right, for this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel. In a layman's terms, that's a billion little gizmos that are going to travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and you weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that as well. Oh, and in case you get covered in the repulsion gel, here's some advice that the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this. It's a lively one. And it does not like the human skeleton. All of these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. But let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, or a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping. Because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos. The good news is the lab boys say that the symptoms of asbestos poisoning shows a median latency of 44.6 years. So, if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you missed out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punched those numbers into a calculator, and it made a happy face. I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Being counted said I couldn't fire a man for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive. Just a heads up, that coffee we gave you earlier had a fluorescent calcium in it, so we can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There is a slight chance that the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself out thinking about it. No, I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction. Now, if you're part of control group Kepler-7, we implanted a tiny microchip about the size of a postcard into your skull. Most likely you've forgotten it's even there. But if it starts vibrating and beeping during this next test, let us know. Because that means it's about to hit 500 degrees, so we're gonna need to go ahead and get that thing out of you pretty fast. I'm telling him, keep your pants on! Alright, this next test may involve trace amounts of time travel, so word of advice. If you meet yourself on the testing track, don't make eye contact. Lab boys tell me that'll wipe out time. Entirely. Forward and backward. So do yourself a favor, both of you, and just let that handsome devil go about his business. And if you're hearing this, it means you're taking a long time on the catwalks between tests. Lab boy says it might be a fear reaction. Now, I'm no psychiatrist, but coming from a bunch of eggheads who wouldn't recognize the thrill of danger if it walked up to them and snapped their little pink bras, that sounds like projection. They didn't fly into space, storm a beach, or bring back the gold. No, sir, we did. It's you and me against the world, son. I like your grit. Hustle can do some work, though. Let's solve this thing. Science isn't about why, it's about why not. Why is so much of our science dangerous? Why not marry safe science if you love it so much? In fact, why not invent a special safety door that won't hit you on the butt on the way out? 'Cause you're fired! No, not you, test subject. You're doing fine. Yes, you! Box, your stuff! Out the front door! Car, go! Congratulations. The simple fact that you're standing here listening to me means that you made a glorious contribution to science. As founder and CEO of Aperture Science, I thank you for your participation and hope we can count on you for another round of tests. We're not going to release this stuff into the wild until it's good and damn ready, so as long as you keep yourself in top physical form, there'll always be a limo waiting for you. Say goodbye, Carolyn. She is a gem. Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on the missing astronauts. And you most likely use one of our many products that we've invented, but other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can kiss my bankrupt... Right. You might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was that phone book of a contract that I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash. You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room, which is damn sight more comfortable than the park benches most of you were sleeping on when we found you. So, welcome to Aperture. You're here because we want the best. And you... Nope. Couldn't keep a straight face with that. Anyway, don't go and smudge up the glass down there. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and not touch anything unless it's test-related? Testing errors up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you get your $60. Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready? Good work, astronaut, war hero, and/or Olympian. With your help, we're gonna... Is this on? Hey, listen, down there. That thing's called an elevator, not a bathroom. If you're interested in earning another $60, then flag down a test associate and let them know. You can walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some sides back in you, and then put you back together good as new. In case you are interested, there's still some positions available for that bonus opportunity. Again, all you gotta do is let us disassemble you. We're not banging rocks together. We know how to put a man back together. And that's a complete reassembly. New vitals, spit shine on the old ones. Plus we're scooping out tubers. Frankly, you ought to be paying us. Thank you. I can't believe I'm thanking these people for staggering your way through Aperture Science propulsion gel testing. You made some real contributions to society for a change, and for that, humanity is grateful. If you had any belongings, please pick them up now. We don't want old newspapers and sticks cluttering up the building. For many of you, I realize that $60 is an unprecedented windfall, so don't go spending it all on, I don't know. Carolyn, what do these people buy? Tedder's hats? Beard dirt? Welcome to the Enrichment Center. Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result, you may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though. First up, conversion gel. The bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway. Ground them up, mix them into a gel. And guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill. Still, turns out they're a great portal conductor. So now we're going to see it jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow leach the lunar poison out of a man's bloodstream. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Let's all just stay positive and do some science. That said, I really would appreciate it if you could do it as fast as possible. Carolyn, please bring me more pain pills. All right. I've been thinking. Well, life gives you lemons. Don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day if I can give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down. With the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down. The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's consciousness and personality on one? So I have my engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. Should have been working on it 30 years ago, but I will say this. And I'm going to say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people put me in a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now she'll argue. She says she can't. She's modest like that. But you make her. Hell, put her in the computer. I don't care. All right. Test over. You're going to head on back to your desk.